Thank you very much, Presiding Officer. I thank Nigel Dawn for the opportunity to debate this important subject. It's not often that the Chamber comes together in unanimity with the objective of increasing unemployment in Scotland, but we all want to see Norrie and the rest of his group entirely superfluous and unrequired and out of work. However, I think we should weed no tears if we succeed in that, because I think a formidable campaigner and team like his, there are plenty of other opportunities which I'm sure they would deploy their skills to focus on. Presiding Officer, for rural dwellers like those that I represent, the creation of Energy Action Scotland from its roots 30 years ago is something that focuses on key rural issues, looking for effective solutions, hounding government, searching for private investment. This national charity is one which we should all hold dear to our hearts in the present environment. Because, of course, when we address fuel poverty, we also address employment and we address the issue of climate change. In my constituency, as elsewhere, about 31% of rural dwellers are spending more than 10% of their income on fuel alone, very largely, like my own situation, living in off-grid circumstances. And in a country as wealthy as we are, that really is a pretty unacceptable situation. The government is quite clear in the financial commitments it's making to deal with this, some £250 million allocated to fuel poverty and energy efficiency in the current spending period. And that's a good step in the right direction. Not so sure that colleagues south of the border, faced with a less pressing problem from geography, of course, are as keen on supporting, in particular, low-income families. Now, the Minister, from whom we'll hear at the end of the debate, has previously assured me that in an independent Scotland we'd have an expert committee look at energy regulation, and I will continue to work to allow her that opportunity to do so. Now, energy efficiency, of course, is one of these really rather simple things. Home insulation has been referred to by a number of members already, and I must say, for us, we've been lucky enough to be able to get our loft insulation from 200 millimetres up to 600 millimetres. We're just going into the first winter where we'll get the full benefit. And actually, it's been so effective already that the outside meter on our oil tank, my wife thought it had stopped working. She sent me to get the ladder to go and look in the top of the tank and see what the actual level of fuel was, because she felt it should be much lower than the meter was saying it was. The meter was correct. So that quite simple intervention has made, for us, quite a dramatic difference, as it will do for others. So I hope that the insulation programme continues to offer people in rural areas in particular the opportunity to save on their energy. I think that it's part of the issues of living in a rural setting that you pay more for your fuel. I hope that Mike Weir, my MP colleague down in Westminster, is successful in persuading those down there that we should advance winter fuel payments so that those less well off in rural settings can buy fuel earlier in the year when A, it's cheaper, and B, more easy to deliver when there isn't snow on the ground that prevents the lorries getting to your fuel tank. Let me just close, Presiding Officer, by perhaps gently chiding my colleague Murdo Fraser. I'm not sure that green energy is more expensive than others. It certainly is reflected in above-the-line costs that appear in budgets, but the tax breaks that are given to other forms of energy, in particular nuclear, are below the line, and it's generally accepted that green energy is cheaper, for example, than nuclear. Presiding Officer, an excellent debate.